Kingdom Team All Call Time. This is the questions and answer segment of our broadcast where we answer your questions. If you are somebody who has a question for us, kingdomreportlive.com, fill out the form there, or you can leave it in the comment section just beneath this video. Hey, this question, well, it comes to us from Kelly Gessner, and she asks, analysts are predicting it will take years for Disneyland to bounce back to pre-pandemic demand. Do you believe that to be true? We will start, as we always do in our discussions, by letting you know Tyler Crouch, Katrina Manzoni, and Garrett Hassel all here to share in the discussion. We will jump out to Walt Disney World, where our Orlando reporter Garrett Hassel standing by, who has seen over the last year a resurgence of demand on Walt Disney World theme parks since they reopened last summer. What do you think? Are analysts off the mark or spot on when they say a place like Disneyland, well, it's going to take them a while to bounce back to pre-pandemic levels?
Fantastic question, but the rule with Disney is, like analysts, it's hard to judge because you're judging magic. But I think they're off. I don't think it will take as long as they are predicting. Like, say they're like, oh, it's going to take 5 years. I'm like, no, it's going to be significantly shorter. Because when the parks opened up back here back in August, it slowly built up. And then once Christmas time hit, people were there. And then the second March began during spring break out here, it has been absolute pandemonium. You go to Disney Springs, you go to the parks, and it is busy, busy, busy. Even on which are typically slower days, such as, like the middle of the week, it's still packed. So I think Disneyland, being that it is the theme park for the West Coast, if you live on the West Coast, Disneyland is where you want to go. People aren't like, I want to go to Knott's Berry. No. Disneyland is the place to think about. And I think based off of what you guys talked about and how the desire to get tickets for the reopening was, I can only expect it to be very similar overall. And there's going to be a massive drive getting there. I could expect months of there, people trying to fight to get tickets, and it's just going to be gobbled up. So as California comes more back online, allowing for more availability to go into the parks, I can only see that Disneyland and California Adventure are going to be around that 100% occupied as much as they can. So analysts, you're smart. You've got way more degrees than I do, but I think when it comes to a magical place like Disneyland, it's going to jump back just fine. You've got Walt standing on top of the castle in celestial form, waving at everyone as they come in, and it's driving everyone. It's going to be, yeah, I know, heavy stuff right there.
Were you dropping acid?
yeah. No, but guests are definitely going to be coming back in droves. They want to experience that magic, especially with how California's been shut down harder than almost every other state in the nation. People are going to want that magic. They have that pent up desire to go. So it's just going to be go. Disneyland's going to be good. And they're going to slowly, as time goes on, grow more and more and more. And like money wise, it takes a while to build back money when you're like losing millions a day. But demand's going to be there. It's already there with the tickets going on sale. So Disneyland, it's going to be like the Boulder and Indiana Jones adventure. It's coming towards you. It's coming. So just be ready, cast members. We salute you for what you do because, like, they work magic. But yeah, Disneyland's going to be just fine. Don't worry about that.
Sucks to your predictions, analysts, according to Garrett. Yeah. And as we also have learned. Yeah, and as we also have learned, cast members are starting to be hired back out in Walt Disney World at this point, so that's starting to happen too. All things moving in the right direction. Of course, this question specifically about Disneyland and will it bounce back to pre-pandemic levels, or will it take years? Katrina, what do you think? Obviously, this is something where I think we all need to consider too. The government does play a role in this, unfortunately, and that is what specifically this state wants to do, because we've seen it go all over the place in terms of demands and criteria and restrictions, and then pull back and then say, no, we're going to shut down again. So we've done this on again, off again dance. Who knows what the future holds? Fortunately, we're going in the right direction now. That could change.
Yeah, I mean, now everybody's eligible to get vaccinated. So I feel like, I mean, even today, we saw it at the 405. Like, everybody's ready to go. Like, everybody wants to head out, do something. Like, let's get the party started. Because, like, we've had that, that dance of, okay, you need to stay indoors. No, okay, now you can go in. Wait, sorry, we're going to take that back. So, but I feel like it's going to be, the demand's there. But it's a problem, I think, because it's hard to say. Like, so Disneyland is like an annual pass holder park. It's not a vacation spot. Let's get that. Like, I feel like that's kind of like what it is. Everybody that would want to save up money to go do something is going to go to Disney World because you get more bang for your buck. There's a lot more things to do there. For people that are like West Coasters, Disneyland is their park. They love it. They love to like go, like, you know, it's hard because it's like the people that want a vacation are going to go to Disney World. The people who love the magic, who want to see the, you know, like Disneyland, like Walt's home place, they're going to come to Disneyland and stuff. But it's hard because Disneyland Hotel's not open. Like Paradise Pier isn't open. And a lot of people want to stay on resort. Like, so I don't know how long it's going to be, how long it's going to take for them to do it. So I feel like it may take a couple years for it to keep rolling in, because if, you know, it's reduced capacity and there's like, you know, different restaurants are still going to be closed and stuff, then it's probably going to be, people aren't really wanting to go if they're coming from like Washington all the way down. And who knows when they're going to open, like they're trying to open the states up again in June. But who knows if it's all states or if they're going to restrict it to certain outlier states that are nearby California. Who knows what it's going to be like with Newsom. And
we've seen a lot of
he's
funky
on the
decisions.
chopping block now, and so he's changing everything every single day. He's like, what am I going to do now? So I don't know. It's hard to say. Like a couple years, I guess, seems like fair. Like for people to be like, okay, I have enough money. We're going to go to Disneyland. We're going to do it. We're going to do it right. We're going to stay at, you know, the Grand Californian or the Disneyland Hotel because they've always wanted to stay there. That type of thing. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
So perhaps.
But can you put? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Let's just say, it's really hard to say this.
It is
stuff,
a very
you know?
fluid situation, and I know that a lot
Disneyland's it's hard to say it about Disneyland because there's those annual pass holders, but there are the vacationers that want to come down and like enjoy it and see it. But
yeah, when you're sustained by locals as a majority, you know, and that definitely plays into this because we know they got rid of the annual pass holder program. So all those people that normally came into the parks to inflate those numbers, they're not going to be there because now they have to pay per day and they got to pay the big ticket price to get in now. So that's going to change the whole dynamic of how people come and visit Disneyland. Certainly, you know, I think we'll still see as soon as they can, you know, other countries where places like Japan and more of the Pacific side countries that would like to come to Disneyland more than Disney World. I think we'll see them start to arrive when they're able to, but they certainly are not the biggest demographic.
When Disneyland opens annual passes, sure, yes, the demand will increase indefinitely, like absolutely.
And
like,
then it won't be a problem.
And then there won't be issues. But until then, annual pass holders, are they going to pay that much money to go like 5 days a week?
A lot of money for one day, that's
not.
for sure. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question because, like, if we were going off a few days ago, or I would have been like, oh yeah, for sure, the demand is already there. Yeah. Like, it's not a big deal. But then now we've seen this reservation system, and there's so many days still available. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's not as demand as I thought. But then again, I'm saying to myself, okay, but this is only Californians right now, right? So once it can be something besides Californians, will the demand increase again? So I almost feel like it's impossible to say, but my inclination is that the demand will be lower for a long time, like probably years. I really do believe that. And you got to remember that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to make money, because they're going to be making money, like no doubt about it. But they were soaring. They were going a million miles an hour
over California
before. Oh my goodness,
there it is.
They're soaring over all the banks. No, but like before COVID, they were on the top. They were the kings of the world. And,
top of the food chain.
I mean, they really were. They were the apex predator.
Wow.
And
the Viper.
The Viper. Yeah. Let's say more cool words.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, you know, it's one of those things where that was such a high position that no matter what happens, it just is going to take time to climb back, you know? Yeah. I mean, we've gone a year now of plummeting. So there's no way that we just tomorrow just right back to where we were. It's
According to
not
Gavin
happening.
Newsom, we can.
Hey,
Because the thing is we could do these. If Disneyland was open and annual passes were back and everything, you still have to remember all the countless people that lost all their jobs and have to take care of their families and lost their businesses and just lost family members. It's just, this is not the greatest time to say like, hey, let's drop everything and go to a theme park for many, many people.
sure.
And it won't be for a while. So will demand be there initially? I don't think so. There will be demand. Will they make money? Yes. Will it be the demand they once had? Not for a while. That's my
So
bottom line.
so the analysts might have something there. All
But
right.
yeah, I guess next time we need to call like Penn and Teller or Lance Burton or something if they're dealing in magic, right?
That's right.
Then we'll get a real answer.
Yeah, then we'll know. By George. Hey, you tell us what you think. We're always interested in hearing your perspective. You think it'll take years for Disneyland as a theme park destination to rebound to pre-COVID-19 levels? Or do you imagine that demand's going to just be there? And then as soon as they can remove the reservation restrictions, they're just going to have a full park all the time. Kind of like how things used to be. You let us know in the comment section. We would love to hear your perspective.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.